Welcome to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Andrew Bartolotta. Today, we're diving into managing a household and getting your home from chaos to calm with personal organizer, BarbieJo Hatch. BarbieJo, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so you're a mother of 5 and a farmer's wife. How did you get started as a professional organizer?
So actually, it was because I'm a farmer's wife. We had 2 failed crops in a row, and back to back, that's a hard financial thing to recover from. So I found myself standing in line at a government office waiting to apply for assistance. And I was like, you know what? I have got to do something to help my family. What could that be? And I was reflecting back on the skills I had, on the education I had, and all the training I had. I tried a few multi-level marketing companies. Nothing really felt right until I met a business coach and she said, "What could you see yourself doing for the next 10 years?" And we were in the middle of another move and I loved it. I thrive in that environment, just being organized, having everything where it needs to be. And I just love that. So I said, organizing. I love to organize. She said, bingo, there you go. So I took it from that day forward and built on that, on this skill that I've been using my entire life. I built a business around it, launched a podcast, created a community of moms, and now I'm writing a regular contributor for City Magazine here in Texas.
Very cool. So this might be a little bit of a loaded question, but for someone that is working from home while raising babies, how do you manage that?
Okay, so when the world shut down, right, and we all were stuck at home for so long and everything turned virtual, we had to get crafty. We were turning our dining room tables into schoolrooms. We were turning our closets into offices, our bedrooms into offices. We had to get really crafty and creative. And even today, some of that has stuck. And we are doing quite a bit virtually still, which is quite convenient, I will say. But there was a bit of balancing. When you're managing being a mom, being a business owner, managing a household, managing a business, you have to have balance. And my best tips for that is to have set business hours and to have a set business zone in your home that you can close off and it's free from distraction. You're not going to be distracted by, the things of everyday life, that you can kind of close out the world and focus in on work. But then your family also understands that these are working hours from, this time to this time. And anything outside of that is fair game, it's family time. That's when we'll do things together. Now it's easy to overwork. When you're working from home, it's so easy to continue to work throughout the entire day. And then we forget to take that time to connect with our family. So I always say, make it a priority to have one meal where you can all sit down together around the same table and connect, because it's so much easier to just stay at work because work is just a few steps away. So just take that time for yourself, stand up, stretch, go for a walk, breathe, take a snack, and then connecting with your family as well.
Can someone get organized without any experience?
Absolutely. I am all about baby steps and quick wins. So the philosophy I teach is the 10-minute win. And I say, set a timer for 10 minutes because everyone has 10 minutes to spare. You could find 10 minutes in your day, most likely. Pick one surface in your home, whether that's your desk, your nightstand, the kitchen counter, whatever that surface is, focus in on it, set that timer, and just try to clear that surface. And once that timer goes off, you're done. You're done for the day. Walk away, and more times than not, you will have completed that service and then some. And you can feel accomplished and good about what you've done for that day.
I love that. That's a great tip. How much time and effort does it take to stay organized? I know you talked about the 10-minute tip. What are some other tips when it comes to managing the organization? Maybe your kids come home after you do that 10-minute tip and then you're back to square one, it feels like. What are some tips there?
So life happens and things get undone. That is to be expected. So first of all, lower the bar a little bit, especially if you have kids, and realize that first of all, you should have systems in your home that the whole family can understand and it makes sense to everyone. So let's say the toy room, for example, we have kids, they play with their toys. As long as they can get their toys off the floor and into the baskets, we're happy, that's a win. They might not have alphabetized the toys and color coded them back to where you would like them, but at least they're off the ground. So kind of lowering the expectation, but then delegating responsibility. Make it a family affair. So the kids know the zones of the home. Like if they go get the mail that day, they know they need to drop it on that particular surface every day. So mail doesn't get scattered throughout the house. Or if someone borrows your car, they know where exactly to drop the keys off when they're done. Same thing with shoes, socks, backpacks. So things are not scattered around the house. You have to get your whole family involved so they know, okay, this is the drop zone for after school when you're unloading everything, and designate those areas in the home. And that will help make a much smoother functioning home.
Our friend Megan, we always give her a hard time, but now with you saying that makes total sense. She always says that everything has a home. So when she comes home, she has she has a spot, a home for her keys, and she has a home for the shoes. And we've always teased her about that, but she's the most organized of the group. So it goes to show that it truly does work. For those who
Awesome.
say, I feel like I can't afford a professional organizer in your home, what does it cost to have someone in your space or to do it virtually?
So to have someone in your space can cost anywhere from $75 to $225 an hour. But usually when you hire an organizer, they're designing a system for your home. So they're going to bring in the containers, the furniture needed, and set you up for success. This is particularly good if you're moving into a new home, just to kind of set things up on the right foot from the get-go. However, it can be expensive for sure. So there are other options. There is virtual organizing now where we can do the session over a video conference call. And that is a great option for people who are kind of embarrassed by their mess and they don't want people going through their underwear drawer. This is a great option because you're coaching them through exactly what to do, but they're doing the work themselves. So they're kind of understanding why you're doing what you do. It's more of an education along the way as well. So that's a great option.
For those who say that they feel anxious or stressed out when they're approaching, organizing their home, what are some tips you would give them to help approach it without feeling anxious?
Okay, so the number one thing I hear is I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. And my philosophy for that is walk into the room. First of all, narrow it down to a room. Pick one room. And then once you walk into that room, the first thing your eyes land on is the thing you're going to focus on. So if it's paper, I want you to gather all the paper in that room and just work, work, work until that one item has all been collected and gathered. Then move on to another item, whatever your eye lands on next. It could be electronics. Gather all the electronics in that room. And that's how you kind of move through a space. And as you're moving through the space, say you're looking for all the trash, you repeat it to yourself. Trash, 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 as you're going through the space. So you don't get distracted because it's so easy to say, oh, that's where I left that, or oh, I haven't seen this in a while. Stay focused. So you got to kind of repeat it to yourself what you're after in that moment.
So you do this, like we said, professionally, and you have challenges and boot camps and courses. Talk about sort of what types of simple systems you introduce through these services.
Yeah, we do a closet boot camp where we refresh your closet. We take you through the process of taking your closet apart, refreshing it, and putting it back together in a way that makes you excited to get dressed in the morning. And then I have a organize your home in 7 days challenge. And that's where we give you a small, simple, quick win every day of the week for those 7 days. And so we do little things like that. And then I do a monthly web class on different things, such as going from organized to overwhelmed. This month we did kids and chores. So you get little pieces of education along the way.
I love that so much. And it's so helpful to have that mentor, you along the way to help coach you through this process. What is your Chaos to Calm challenge all about?
It's all about the quick wins. We just break it down into 5 to 7 areas of the home that are usually the most traffic areas. And we help you find quick wins within those spaces. So it kind of catapults you forward and you know where to start, gives you a jumping off point.
Talk about your podcast, Don't Get Lost in the Laundry, where you have over 70 episodes sharing tips and resources and aha moments with fellow busy moms, and maybe some of your favorite conversations so far.
Oh, this podcast, I have to tell you, it was a total blessing. It came at the weirdest time during the first shutdown back in 2020. When the world shut down, I had always wanted to start a podcast. And I thought, well, why not now? So I started recording in my closet. I had an ironing board for my desk and I was using my phone as a microphone. And that's where I started my podcast. My first few episodes are not as great of quality as the later ones. And that's why I was in my closet on my phone. But it's turned into this really amazing platform for where I've met women all over the world and men, and they've offered us their expertise in ways that can help any busy mom, any family manage a household, and gives them tips, gives them tricks in all facets of life. Like I just interviewed a woman yesterday who introduced us to getting your kids ready for college and starting as soon as 8th grade and building that resume for college. So introducing new things that you wouldn't have otherwise. We talked to another woman who showed us how to plant a garden with no backyard and produce your own, fresh produce. So just, it's been a really cool resource to have.
That's so fun too, thinking about organization in different ways, because a lot of times we think about the tangible organization aspects, but like you say, it's also preparing your children for college, or preparing that garden with no outdoor space. So I think it's fun to look at it in a different lens of organizing your space. What puts a smile on your face when you look at the work that you've been able to accomplish?
What makes it so fulfilling and rewarding for me is to know that I've made somebody else's life easier. Every time without fail, when I walk away from a project or a client, they say, it feels so much better. Every time, that's exactly what they say. And that is so rewarding because yes, it might look nice, but it makes them feel better. And that's the goal.
For those who are ready and are saying, BarbieJo, I've been looking for someone like you all of my life to help organize my life and get everything in a tidy space. How does working with you, talk about the piece of working with you?
Absolutely. So you could reach me on my website, which is barbiejo.com, and you can book a free consultation. We'll get on the phone, we'll chat, we'll do a video conference call. You could show me your space, even you can talk to me through your challenges. And then I can offer you 3 different ways to work with me. I have my in-home service, I have a virtual service, and then I have a one-on-one coaching service, which is also a component of a group coaching. So you get kind of a community of moms going through the same thing you are, as well as the one-on-one coaching.
Talk about maybe some of your favorite projects to help organize for different people.
Ooh, okay. Well, the funnest project I ever did was convert a bedroom into a glam room. And it turned into like a hair and makeup station where she had all of her beautiful gowns and shoes and everything you need to get gussied up to go out on the town. That was really fun. But I will say the most rewarding organizing I've done has probably been the pantry. That is the heart of the home. The kitchen is really the heart of any home. And when you have that organized pantry, it's almost like creating a storefront inside the home. And so anybody who goes into your pantry can see clearly what you have. And I don't know about you guys, but in Texas, we love to have refrigerator friends. Our friends are comfortable enough to come in and open our fridge. And that's how we like it. Hardly anyone knocks on the door. They just walk right in. And we love that. And So the pantry, if it welcomes them with this beautifully organized space, it just makes it that much easier for them to find what they're looking for. It welcomes them. It greets anyone who enters the pantry.
I love your before and after photos on your website and on social media. One more time, where can people go to learn more about you, download your free tidy checklist, and help simplify their self and space?
Come see me at BarbieJo.com and book a consultation and we'll chat. I'd love to get to know you.
BarbieJo, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.